Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. What will we have in this video? We'll have a short clip. I tried a longer clip and we had a problem with copyright. So I will make it very short with Putin's inauguration. You can go on Sputnik and watch that inauguration, which I think is an inauguration of a confident, strong, independent country, which is Russia, of their democratically elected president. Now, go and watch that one. It's about 1 hour and 30 minutes. I have a clip with Putin coming outside of the Kremlin and standing again in the rain, in a little parade. And he did this before, if you remember, when he came, it was a celebration, anniversary of, or celebration, commemoration, however you want to take it, of the unknown soldier in the Kremlin. Remember that torrential rain? He was outside without umbrella, and he said, "These guys fought a war for us, and we can't stand in a rain for them." Now that's a leader. In the video with Putin, you're gonna see Putin walking sturdy, puck, with his right hand like this, obviously, and the left hand moving. Ready, always ready, KGB training. And then he's gonna climb 60-some stairs in the Kremlin. Have Biden do the same thing. I mean, a little bit of self-control and physical sturdiness versus this garbage here. So I have a video clip, very short, where he's gonna stand in the rain. Then I'm going to have the Western weasel's interpretation of Putin's inauguration, and it's all negative, obviously. We don't care, right? And they don't care, they shouldn't care. I'm talking about the Russians. And then he says, I'm going to give you a list of 7 European Union member states who sent their officials to Putin's inauguration. Very surprising, one of them. And one withdrew the participation. And then we're going to have a tyrannical communist. Why? Because I heard these things only when I was younger in Romania, communist Romania, when you have someone warning you not to participate at Russia's Putin's inauguration. Why? And who's that? The foreign minister, not even an elected official of the European Union, tells countries that you better not attend. Now, this is kindergarten. So let's start with a little video. And here is Putin getting out of a Kremlin, going down to see the regiment. You're going to see. Here it is. I'm going to play not a lot.
Gathered in the Cathedral Square. Now you can see Vladimir Putin walking down the stairs.
So
he's walking down the stairs of the Red Porch to inspect the president's regiment troops.
So he inspects the president's regiment. So he comes out. Raining. He's 71-year-old, isn't he? You have to at least, expect something like this from a leader. Even if you say it's for show, he did it. All right, he did it. So for me, at least, these kind of things,
Regiment 10,
help. Help. Why? Because they show at least that the guy is physically and mentally there, versus the other guy, you know who the other guy is, who is not. This guy at least stays over there. You can say whatever you want, the motives, you can put whatever motives you want. Nevertheless, he did it. So he's over there, rain, he's gonna stay like this, he's gonna talk a little bit and say, "Hello, how are you? Go and fight those guys who want to destroy us." I'm just kidding. And that would be it. I'm trying to get to the point where they're going to have a close-up on Putin, and I hope that would be it. There it is. You can clearly see it's raining, it's like sleet. All right, so here he is with this. I'm afraid of this garbage's copyright, because they did it before. I made a beautiful video. I might upload it on Rumble. I didn't say what I wanted to say, but therefore probably I will do it over there. I'm going to show you how a leader, civilized, disciplined, organized, beautiful. Anyway, can I have an opinion on that? All right. Now let's go to these articles coming from CNN. First one, CNN, May 7th, 2024. Putin inaugurated as president for 5th term with Russia under tight grip. Under the Russian constitution, there's nothing wrong with the 5th term. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. He didn't do anything illegally or violated the constitution. He didn't appoint, he didn't write the constitution, he didn't change on his own the constitution. This is garbage from these guys here. All right? 5th term, why? First one, he was, remember, appointed, I think he was by Yeltsin in December 20 or 31st of 1999. He was appointed, I think Putin and the guys took him up and you go by. That was the first one, the first term. The second, he was elected 2 times. Then he became prime minister legally. And then he became again president, voted last time. And the latest elections, he won again. So this is the 5th term. Nothing illegal. You can do it if the constitution permits. And the constitution permits. Now, under tight grip. That tells you that he's a kind of like a dictator. That is, right there. Right. It says, in a carefully choreographed inauguration ceremony. No. Disciplined, civilized ceremony. Yes, not baboonish. Okay, not baboonish. In a country he has shaped in his image after first taking office nearly a quarter of a century ago. Well, that's the point, isn't it? This is my vision, you vote for my vision. This is the vision, this is where I'm going to take you. Isn't that how democracy works? I go over there and say, hey, I'm going to do this for you guys, this is where I'm going to take you. This is the image, this is the goals. Vote for me or not. And they voted for him. Oh, wait a minute, you know. All right, let's go to the next one. Again, from BBC. BBC. Vladimir Putin, little chance of change as Kremlin leader is sworn in again. Why change? Why change? If things work, why change? And change according to you? Oh, he needs to change. What do you mean little chance of change? Things are going well according to the Russians. Why? Because they voted for him and he's popular in Russia. He's like an 80% approval rating. So why should he change? This guy right here is what? In 30%, 40% approval rating? So why not hear the change? Well, unless these guys want to change. Let's move on. Let's find the 7 countries, EU states, that attended Putin's inauguration, including France, according to Reuters. You know, keep your friends close, as your enemies closer. Right? They're closer. So, yeah, let's see the 7 countries. Not surprising, at least 2 of them, right? Where the hell are they here? So, European diplomat told the agency on conditional anonymity that 20 EU states would boycott the Kremlin ruler's democratically elected inauguration, but the other 7 states pop up. Okay, well, so what's wrong with that? Well, and it says EU diplomat opposed the EU representatives attending the inauguration ceremony of the Kremlin. Okay, bon, let's go to this one tells us what are the countries. Right here, the list. The list contains France, Greece, Cyprus, Malta, Hungary, and Slovakia. These guys attended. And we have Belgium, intended to send its representatives to the event. However, sources reported this morning that it would ultimately not participate in ceremony. I don't think Russia will give a damn about that. Okay, Belgium does a lot of things against Russia in Ukraine. Now, I don't know, after you did something bad to someone, you don't want to show at his, child's birthday, do you? I don't think so. But France does that. France thinks that it did not do anything wrong. Well, to a certain extent, France was not, lately it became a little bit drunk of too much wine or something. and started saying shit. But before, France was one of the most balanced countries, I would say, in Europe. Yes, it sent this, it sent its garbage weapons from 1960s and so on. But still, they were, I say, a little bit balanced. So let's go to the Ukrainska Pravda and see what an unelected official tells the countries of the European Union. Better not to attend. Borell advises EU states on Putin's inauguration. Quote-unquote inauguration. This guy, he's a Spanish politician appointed as a foreign minister, let's put it this way, of the European Union. He tells the countries, you better not attend. Okay, well, good, thank you very much. So, representative of the High Representative of the Foreign Affairs and Security Policy has stated that he advised EU countries not to send their representative to the inauguration of the Russian leader. My advice is not to do it, and I think that most of the member states will not attend. Yeah, because they're not independent. They live in the European Communist Socialist Union. That's what European Union is. So, I will probably post that video on Rumble with Putin's inauguration. It's not the all inauguration. I just showed you how a disciplined, organized, clean, civilized inauguration should look for a strong country. And yeah, it was choreographed. And guess what? Those guys knew how to follow orders. Why? Because maybe these guys, Putin's orders, all those guys' families to be rounded up and at gunpoint held unless their parents or whomever don't applaud Putin. If they say this, and they will say something like this, here, if they say here, I guarantee you the baboons will be all in it. Yes, that's exactly what happened. How do I know that? Remember when Putin showed up in that stadium in Moscow? And I don't know how it was called before. I think Luzhny it was called before. Luzhny? Anyway, in Moscow. And he showed up over there, and the whole crowd waved flags, and yeah. And it was that Goldberg, whatever his name is, Goldberg. He's a BBC correspondent in Moscow. He's Jewish, the bald-headed old guy with the white hair around here. He interviewed Lavrov and so on. I think Goldberg, something like this. Goldberg, I can't remember his name. He said in his little piece, I made a video on that one, that yeah, probably these guys were made to show up at a stadium because otherwise these guys portrayed as if it's still Stalin time or U.S. current times. If you don't say the right thing, you lose your job. United States of America, fuck off. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.